Good afternoon. I'm Sherman Chow. We begin with breaking news. The U.S. Supreme Court striking down President Biden's student loan forgiveness plan. That means nearly 1.4 million Texans will have to continue paying off their student loans starting in October. Natalie Brand joins us now live from outside the Supreme Court. Justice is also handing down a decision on free speech and LGBTQ protections. Natalie.
That's right, Sherman. Let's start with what's going on outside the court right now. Student groups have gathered there. They have just wrapped up a rally and say they plan to begin marching. This comes in protest of the decision handed down by the Supreme Court. The 6 conservative justices saying the Biden administration went too far in using a federal law regarding national emergencies to try and erase nearly $500 billion in debt.
The Supreme Court has thrown out President Biden's student debt relief program that sought to forgive up to $20,000 in student loans for millions of Americans. The case was brought by Republican attorneys general who argued the plan exceeded the president's authority. The administration had argued it had the power to act during national emergencies such as the coronavirus pandemic.
The court said today in a 6-3 decision by the chief, no, this is a big program. You need specific authorization from Congress. You can't try and shoehorn it into waiver or modification in the HEROES Act.
The Supreme Court also weighed in on a case that pitted gay rights against a Colorado web designer's claims of free speech and religious beliefs.
The justices ruled 6-3 in favor of Lori Smith, who sued over a state law saying making wedding websites for same-sex marriages conflicts with her religious beliefs and Colorado's law violates her right to free speech.
There are some messages I can't create no matter who requests them.
Writing for the court, Justice Gorsuch cites First Amendment protection, saying Colorado seeks to force an individual to speak in ways that align with its views but defy her conscience about a matter of major significance. In her dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote, for the first time in its history, the court grants a business open to the public a constitutional right to refuse to serve members of a protected class.
Critics of the decision and the Colorado Attorney General worry that the ruling could open the door to discrimination against other groups. Meanwhile, Senator Ted Cruz, in a statement, applauded the decision, saying it's a victory for the First Amendment, not just in Colorado, but nationwide. Sherman?
So what is next, Natalie? How will the Biden administration react?
Well, we are expecting to hear from the president later today. We know that the administration had been preparing for this decision regarding their student loan forgiveness program. And President Biden in a tweet saying the fight is not over. We know that they've been looking at some other potential avenues, perhaps executive action, to try to address student debt and protect borrowers. We'll have to wait and see what those exact steps and potential new legal avenues might be.
All right, Natalie Brand outside the Supreme Court, thank you. This is a story we'll continue to follow in our later newscasts. We have coverage on KHOU.com and the KHOU 11 app.